Ahoy mates, I am the River Pirate. Welcome to my channel, River Pirate 13. Please stab that subscribe button. Today we're at Bulow Plantation and Sugar Mill Ruins. And we'll be sampling a rum called Diamond Reserve Dark Demerara Rum. So what shall we drink to? Let's drink to the sugar mill owners, John Bulow, the Seminole Indians, and the African slaves that all made history here. Shavar! So mates, I'm busy watching the Park Service drive away, and I hope they keep driving. They look like they are. So Diamond Reserve, let me tell you about it. It's a Guyana rum. I'm gonna have to hurry this up before Park Service sees me. Gotta sneak this in. Anyways. Almost lost my notes. So anyways, let me get back to what I was about to say. Demerara Rum, Diamond Reserve. You say, I've never heard of it. What is it? Well, it's owned by the parent company that owns the rum called El Dorado. This is the rum brand that's under 3 years. That's aged less than 3 years. They've been producing rum since the 17th century in Guyana. Diamond Reserve is a rum that it's kind of like a beginner rum, I guess I should call it. So, anyways, I poured some already. Smells like burnt caramel. Let's take a sip. What do I think? Well, it ain't El Dorado, I can tell you that now. A lot more burn to it. It's got kind of like chocolate notes to it. I suppose this would be a good mixer, I suppose. Reminds me of something you'd make possibly a dark and stormy out of, or maybe a floater for a hurricane cocktail. So, do I approve of it? For a cocktail rum? Yes. Alright mates, that's the end of this very quick rum review. I got too many people milling around here with their music blaring. It's driving me up the wall. Till next time, and stay tuned. I'm about to do, you get to see the sugar mill and the rest of the ruins. I'll be right back. I'm back, mates. So, you say, River Pirate, where are you? Well, I'm at the Bulow Plantation and Sugar Mill Ruins here in Flagler County, Florida. And you say, another sugar mill ruin? What are you doing? Going to visit all of them? Well, kind of am. So a little history on it. I'm going to read my little notes here because I can't remember all of it. It's got a big history. This plantation was developed in 1821 by a gentleman by the name of Major Charles Bulow. He had approximately about 200 African slaves. And what did he do? He cultivated indigo, cotton, rice, and sugarcane. He died in 1823, and his 17-year-old son inherited the property. Imagine being 17-year-old and you get like 5,000 acres with all sorts of people working on it and making all sorts of money. Unbelievable. The son's name was John Bulow. John Bulow was the one who said, hey, you know what? Besides just growing sugarcane, maybe we should build a sugar mill. No kidding, he did. What he did was the molasses that this sugar mill created, he sold it to rum distilleries to the north. Naturalist John Audubon actually used to visit here quite frequently to photograph birds in Florida. There were 46 slave cabins on the plantation. And again, I've already told you about 200 slaves. There was John Bulow had a French colonial style mansion built, and you'll see it in some of the video afterwards. John Bulow had friendly relations with the Seminole Indians in this area. He traded all sorts of goods that his plantation produced for fresh meat, and so he was eating deer steaks too every night. Well, then came the time when Stonewall Jackson decided that he was going to push all the Seminoles west of the Mississippi. Next thing you know, even though this was a Spanish territory, he sent a militia down here under the command of Putnam to take these Seminoles by force. Well, this didn't sit well with John Bulow, because he was like, no, you're not taking my dudes. So he fired a 4-pound cannon at them, at the militia, just like a pirate would have. And then he was taken prisoner. I guess you don't do that to a militia. However, the militia started getting ill and falling ill, and they ended up relocating back to St. Augustine. John Bulow realized the Seminoles were really ticked now, and he was kind of worried that they might just burn his plantation down. And so he headed back up to St. Augustine himself. And boy, was he right. Seminoles showed up in January of 1836 and burned it down. He never really recovered from it, because this was his baby. This was his project. And he died 3 months later. So it kind of ends in a sad story for this gentleman. But you ask, for a pirate, did he make rum here? Records seem to indicate that he either was getting the rum back from the distilleries he was sending his molasses to, or he had set up some stills, private still here or whatever, that they made their own rum for their own consumption. But there wasn't an actual rum distillery on this plantation. So that's the story of the Bulow Plantation, and the story of 19th century sugar mill ruins. So with that, keep drinking the rum. Shafar.
Right in front of me is all that remains of one of the slave cabins, and what you're looking at on the ground here would have been the fireplace inside the cabin. They put up these 4 poles so you could see what the corners of the cabin went, how far they went out, and this would have been on the back wall of it. So pretty awesome, pretty awesome. So these cabins were fairly large. It was bigger than I thought they would be, but nice fireplace. They got plenty of heat. I don't know about Florida if it ever got that cold, but there you go. Let's see if I can find another one. And here's yet another, the ruins of a slave cabin. Just based on the clearing here, we must be standing in the footprint of the cabin. And if I come over here, these stones that are in the ground here probably were part of the chimney or the fireplace. And then if I come over here, these stones here look like there might have been an outdoor fire pit of some kind. Hard to tell. They may have all been together at one point. Maybe this is part of the chimney that fell over. But wow. So here's another slave cabin that's ruined on the property, on this plantation. Pretty cool. Alright, let's go see what else I can find. And this is all that remains of the French colonial mansion that once rested on this site.